do not have an agreement on this one. This is the one the defendant is on Section 8.
Yes.
And she's indicated to me that it's going to begin again in February.
Right from the start, this case feels tense: housing assistance, job loss, and rent trouble. It's not just a hearing, it's a financial lifeline on trial.
I asked for some verification of that. I didn't see any verification. My client doesn't have any verification of that. So at this point, she also says she applied to SER, correct? But I didn't have proof of that either. So
you did an SER?
Okay, how you doing? This is the issue. Last week when her and I discussed it, the complex was saying, first of all, I was working. I do have Section 8. I pay a portion of my rent. I have welfare to work. So the manufacturing, I lost my job. They did just a surprise layoff on the 4th. So at that point, I let the office know this will be my last check. I gave them $700, which is my whole check.
She's clearly trying to stay afloat, paying what she can, explaining her situation. But in court, sympathy doesn't pay rent, proof does.
I told them that I would have to put this in through my Section 8, let them know what was going on. At that point, they said that I owe $400 for security when I first moved in. I've been there almost a year. I felt that I didn't agree with that. Their paperwork was inaccurate. We met last week on Zoom, and then she was saying that she agreed with me that they didn't know exactly what the numbers were. Now, I guess they have that worked out. So now they're saying that I owe, I believe, $1,700. I told her that I just recently got my job or the 29th, so I won't get paid until the 9th. I explained I don't know.
It's Luck Off.
Yes. What's her name, sir?
Luck Off.
Okay. To the lawyer that I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I explained to this man.
I usually spotch it a little bit, but
I could go into payment arrangements for the 17th. Excuse me. I can make an arrangement on the 6th, on the 9th, and the 16th. Have it paid off.
And there it is, frustration boiling over. She's trying to reason emotionally, while the other side is speaking legally. Two different language in the same courtroom.
She was explaining February rent. I was explaining to her that I do have Section 8, and I do have my SCR and all my paperwork in here. She was just really not trying to hear it, and I didn't want to evolve the situation, so I just had to speak directly to you. So I was trying to explain to her that I've already put in my paperwork with Section 8 saying that I am not working. They have to verify everything, which takes a minute, but the rent will be paid for February. So that just leaves me with what I got going on now. And she said that's not good enough for her. Then I explained to her I did put in an SER, and she said I didn't have proof. I have proof on my phone right here and a tracking number. She said I was supposed to put it in on a certain day. The reason why I didn't go in on that day because they didn't even know how much I owed on our last hearing. So once they were still trying to figure out everything, I just went ahead. SOS told me to just put in an SER just to protect myself. I'm not really trying to get resources because I can try to do this on my own. I was just trying to put a hold on until I got my paychecks going back. And she didn't seem to understand that. So that's why we couldn't come up to a conclusion or agreement. And she wanted me to say that this is where the problem came in. She wanted me to agree to pay the whole amount. And I told her I was not comfortable agreeing because I have a contract with Section 8. So Section 8 has to pay my portion until I get back able to do it myself, which would be next month. And she wasn't understanding that. And that's what left us to where we are. Sorry, if that makes sense.
Is the claim 1731?
yes,
77?
yes.
Thank you.
And I would ask for entry of a judgment at this juncture, Your Honor. I don't believe the paperwork was submitted to the court like Judge Barr indicated had to be. That's plaintiff's position and request.
I was like an adjournment because I submitted it and
Submitted what?
I submitted the SCR and
Did you bring it over to the court?
No, because at the time we went to court. I think they said that it had to be due on Wednesday. We didn't even know they were still trying to figure out what was the amount that was owed because last time we were here, you and I both agreed that
Okay, but how much was supposed to be submitted? Well, not submitted. How much? Let me go back to the SCR. What date did you do your SCR?
I did my SDR Wednesday night, which means it went through Thursday morning.
Wednesday night being the 10th?
Last week.
Should have been the 10th.
I'm sorry.
The 10th of January?
The day after we had court. I just have a tracking number.
You had court on the what?
It was last week, Your Honor. It was on the 12th.
So you had your SCR.
The judge zeroes in on the paperwork because this is what decides these cases. If you can't prove it, it might as well not exist.
Before that
No,
date?
I had it the day after court.
Court was on a Friday, Your Honor.
Well, Monday, I'm sorry. The next following day. I did it after.
So you did it on MLK Day?
I believe so, on the internet. I have a track.
Okay, gotcha. So let me ask you this, and Ms. Lookoff, maybe you can clarify this because this has been coming up for me. At the first hearing, when they're told they need to do that, are they telling them that they need to also have the form?
Yes, they're telling them they need to submit the form within 5 days to the court.
That's not what was told to me. They didn't even have they were still trying to figure out my security deposit. And this,
No. I'm talking about your form that grants a stay.
I didn't know anything about that, and I tried to explain that to her today. They told me to put in an SCR, and that's what I did.
Judge Barr does.
Who told you this?
SOA. Because we didn't even think that we were going to have to go this far.
Yeah, I know SOS told you that. I'm trying to figure out why the forms aren't being filed with the court. Hey, all right. Do you have anything that verifies your February rent is set, ma'am?
From Section 8.
Yes.
I just have the paperwork, the change of packet I put into Section 8. And I have an email from my worker saying that she's working on everything. I didn't know that I had to have something saying
No,
to verify everything. I'm waiting on Section 8. But I've done everything on my part.
and did you, your SCR, there's been no determination on that.
Not that I know of, sir. No.
So what's your intent, or how would you get the 1731 paid?
My intent was to make a payment on the 9th and the other payment on the 16th.
All right. You understand the plaintiff's reluctance to do that because they don't have anything saying Section 8 is going to pay your rent for February.
Sir, they're in a contract with Section 8 that states that if I'm not working Section 8, adjust.
I get that, but they need something from Section 8 saying we're going to pay.
That's in my housing contract. When I first moved there, they state that if something happens, Section 8 covers your portion, and they should know that.
No, you're wrong.
Oh, I apologize.
All right. I mean, you're not wrong in terms of the language. You're not hearing or listening to what I'm saying. If you were the landlord, and I've got somebody that's behind 1731, right? And there's been some.
And that's the gavel drop. Judgment entered. No matter how emotional or sincere the story sounds, the law runs on evidence, not emotion.